All right, how's it going, everybody? It's Matt Maloney here again from the UMB Entrepreneurs, and today I'm going to be going over three key factors to email marketing that play an important role. So let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm going to be going over how we kind of view our email marketing at FilterGrade. We use MailChimp, and so the first thing, I'll just go ahead and show you um, our email that we had put out last week, and it is just a basic kind of product update email that we usually send out once a week, or if we're behind schedule, around two, 3 times a month. And so for this product update, we had featured new mobile presets, travel alerts, and things like that you can see at the top. We like to just put this out there right away. Um, we like to feature a bunch of the different products just so that everybody can see what they're potentially buying, as well as if you click on the photo itself, you will get a direct link to FilterGrade, which is always way easier than having to go find it yourself. Um, so we feature a bunch of products, some of the trending products, and then we usually feature all of our categories as well as a featured story at the bottom, just in case anybody made it all the way down to the bottom and they're still looking to be engaged more. And then here we also have a link to some videos from our site. But what I'm going to be going over today is the, let's see if I can get this pulled up here. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at the back end of the campaign. Like I said, we use MailChimp, and I'm going to go over the first part, which is the to and the from section, because this is one of the key roles, the key important factors in email campaigns. The next part is going to be the subject as well as the content. And the third part is going to be design of the email. So this kind of plays in with the content, and then also the scheduling of the email. So to start, you're always going to want to make sure you're using a clean email list. So whether you're using segments, whether you're using these different tags within MailChimp to use, whether you're kind of segmenting people from a different date, a specific category product that they want to see, whatever the case may be, this is always the first step that you want to use to go about your email marketing campaign. And then next, from is pretty self-explanatory. Whatever you're sending your email from, make sure that's consistent and also easy to follow, so that when the customer or the email recipient views your email, they know who it's coming from. The next part is going to be the subject. Right off the bat, MailChimp usually gives you a few tips to keep it under this amount of characters. You can use emojis, which actually I've found help a bit. And also, just from a viewer standpoint, when I'm looking at other email marketing campaigns, I also like seeing them. But right off the bat, you want to just give a short description of what your email is going to be about, and try and feature some of the keywords that will be in the article or in the email, and also make it short and to the point so that they know what's there right away. And then in the preview text, you can also have a little blurb about whatever the email will be about. So next, let's look at the content. This is going back to the original email that I had shown you, and so for design, that's always going to be kind of up to you and your company or whatever project you're working on. But for us, we always like to remain consistent with the template that we use. So what I mean by that is the header and the footer, we always keep this in our emails so that when we send an email out, our customers or email recipients know who it is. They know who the email is coming from. And also, it's just easier. We want to make it easier on them to know where all the categories are, as well as if they don't necessarily need one of the products or articles that's featured in the email, they can go directly up to one of the links above. The next part of the design that I want to go over is just, for us at least, is the simplicity. We don't like featuring too many paragraphs of descriptions and product captions and things like that. We'd rather just show off the product benefits and what they could provide to our customers, especially for product update emails. So for things like this, a lot of photographers and videographers and other types of online artists that are in our email list like coming in and seeing how our products can directly benefit them. So we always remain consistent with showing our products. And if we're featuring videos, we also like to feature gifts and just video snippets and things like that, just to give even more visual appeal to our products. And then lastly is the links. Always be sure to include links, and also underline them and even bold them if you prefer that look, because a lot of the times you could be hyperlinking something, but the customer or the email recipient won't see it because they don't even know that there's a link there. So make sure you're always underlining your hyperlinks so that people know they can directly click and go to whatever the page may be. And then the last part, I always think it's important to give your viewers um, an easy kind of experience. So at the bottom, we always like I said before, we always have this, and then for the majority, especially for our product emails, but also for the majority of our emails in general, we always include our products by category list at the bottom, just because it makes it a lot easier for um, email recipients to directly click onto the site, and ultimately that's the goal, to get more people onto the site. So overall, I'll show you the email again one more time. Tons of product images and links to our website to encourage more engagement. And oh, actually, I forgot. Let's go over the scheduling of the email. So let's say we're done here. What's going on here? All right, so when you're ready and you can get ready to schedule your email, you're always going to want to remain cautious of when you're sending it out and what time specifically. This is going to be different for everybody's audience depending on where you're at and what your topic is, who your audience is. All different factors will play into that. So it'll take a little bit of A/B testing to fine tune when exactly you need to schedule your emails. But for us, just as a base, we usually, because we're sending out new product updates and things like that, new content updates, we usually like to send them out in the morning. Most of our audience is East Coast or somewhere based in America, at least for our email list. So we prefer between 8 a.m. and noon Eastern Standard Time, just because that's good for our audience right when they're waking up, checking their emails, and then they can see the email fresh in their inbox as opposed to being way down when they might not actually open it. This is one of those things that it's kind of hard to pinpoint when is the perfect time, when isn't. So it's never a bad thing to keep testing it, even once you have figured out a good um, kind of average time to send out your email. But I hope you enjoyed the tips that I've given you for email marketing. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave one below, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Also, be sure to subscribe to the UMB Entrepreneurs YouTube page and check out our Instagram as well if you're into that. Thank you. Have a good one.